Okay.
Hey, Instagram, we're going to be starting shortly. Shamineau Live virtual camp. We're just getting a couple things ready, letting people log on, and we'll start shortly.
We are live on Facebook now, too.
You hang on tight. By the way, as we're doing this, you guys can go ahead and comment and ask questions. Lisa's got her computer up. She can answer. So does Emily. She's one of our interns. And you can go ahead and ask questions, comment, that type of thing. Please be appropriate. Please be kind. This is all obviously just to help have fun and do some things as many of us are home. So.
I've never done this live thing before. Sorry, Jeremy.
There you go.
How am I supposed to get this question?
They're in the comments, Lisa.
Right here.
It'll show up.
Okay.
You can go ahead and start something off.
Okay. Look at that.
Say something. Hey, Maureen.
Go.
How's it going?
Now we have people.
Carl, welcome.
All right.
Good to see you guys. Like I say, we're going to wait just for a little bit, let some people log on, and then we're going to get going. I see a bunch of people popping up, which is fantastic.
It is 2:57, so we have a couple minutes.
Yeah, 3 minutes. We went a little early.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Early is on time. On time is late.
And late is unacceptable. Life lesson number 1 for the day. I don't know if you can hear that. If you guys could comment, can you hear us well? Can you hear it? Can you see it? Are we good on that? Just type in a yes. Great. Fantastic. Anything like that.
Jason Pensa says hi.
Hi, Jason.
What's
Get out
up?
of here.
Manrich from Orlando.
Hey, there we go.
There you go.
Manrook's logging in. Perfect.
Hello from Big Lake.
That's Big Lake. Hey, Wendy. Welcome.
This is pretty fun.
If you're just joining, we're going to let some people log on, then we're going to get started.
Isaac Alquist says yes.
Yes. Thanks, Isaac. Thanks, Carl.
Yeah, it is not
Very good. As we're waiting, we're going to do a bunch of things today. Part of the thing is we're just trying to offer something for kids that are home, because there's probably most of them are home, and just trying to give a little bit of a camp experience. So we'll get started shortly. Tell your friends, share, whatever, get them logged on here. We're going to try to do this for at least the foreseeable future during the weekdays at 3 o'clock Central Standard Time. You guys have already made it, so good job. And yeah, we're going to get started shortly. There we go. If you guys have any fun comments too, you can share. What you guys are not seeing at home is there's a bunch of staff back here just kind of watching and smirking at us, which is totally fine. Everybody from interns to our adventures director to our executive director. So this will be fun. All right, are we ready to start? It's about time.
Ready. It says it's 2:59.
You know what? Early is on time. So we're going to start early, actually. All right. So I sent out an email probably maybe an hour ago. So hopefully some of those people are going to log on, put it on social media. There's some things about social media that they kind of lock things down as far like not everybody on our list sees them. So if you can share, that's a good thing. So it kind of goes out to a lot more people. So, and like I say, we're going to try to do this at least for the foreseeable future at 3 p.m. Here at camp, maybe some different locations and stuff. So if you don't know me, my name is Jeremy. I get to do the marketing around here and help with some other things. And this is Lisa. And,
I'm the assistant program director here.
Yep, and so she's involved with all planning and running camps and that type of thing. And this is Emily. She is one of our interns this year. Lisa and Emily are live, and they're responding to your comments or questions or anything like that. If you could please be appropriate, obviously, and kind on there or whatever. Or whatever, you know, ask any questions. As we go throughout the day, ask questions, you know, whatever kind of you want, and we'll pick some that we want to answer and that type of thing. Also, we will put some links in there for you to follow, some different videos and stuff like that. So kind of watch your comments section, and we'll come across that. So let's talk just at first, just like why we're doing this. We've had, obviously, with the whole coronavirus and everything, this is unprecedented territory for us, for everybody, for businesses, not just in our country, but worldwide. And so we're trying to figure out and just follow state, national, everything that that we're hearing, and trying to keep up with that, and try to figure out how that interacts with camp and how we move forward. And so Right now, what's going to happen in a couple weeks, we don't know. And we're trying to be flexible with that and figure that out. So what we wanted to do, since so many kids are at home and everybody's welcome, it's kind of for all ages with some fun stuff, is just kind of have some type of camp type thing that they can log into and just maybe do some crafty type things, love a little bit of lesson, you know, some fun things. And so that's what this is about. So also, we're making this up as we go. So if if you have any suggestions, we're open to it. Just go ahead and comment and give us your great ideas. And I can't wait to see them come in. So
Jeff is at the Orlando airport. He's very excited.
Fantastic. Jeff is our program director. Normally he is here, but he was away for a bit on vacation. And so he will be back in the States and then back here in the office a little while after that. So I don't know. What else do we need to chat about?
I mean, I don't know. This is my first time being live on anything.
Perfect. Well, all right. Let's get right into. So part of what we want to do, there's going to be some. Obviously, you guys, most of you are at home and you don't have access to a lot of things. So we're going to actually run you through some like craft things and other type of things. Hopefully, you have those things at home. If you don't, try to find something similar or just watch and have fun. But we're going to go ahead and have craft time with Scout and Callie. So we're going to slide on over, and here we go. Follow along at home.
Welcome, guys. Like Jeremy said, my name is Scout.
And I am Callie.
And we are here to do some crafts with you today. So I'm going to be making a duct tape wallet, very low key, but very efficient for when you need to hold your money and other coins and things.
And I'm going to be making a nice little pencil bag and a bookmark.
Wow, crazy.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start off. We're going to take duct tape is all you're going to need for this side of things.
Me too.
No way, we're like matching.
Yeah.
Duct
tape high five.
You can't see it. Anyways, and then you'll need scissors because that sometimes helps. Otherwise, duct tape's pretty easy. You can rip it if you don't have scissors, okay? So,
what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my duct tape and we're just going to lay lots of nice strips across the bag to cover up the Ziploc. So you need a Ziploc bag and some duct tape.
Just like her, I'm going to take a strip of duct tape. And depending on how large you want your wallet, you're going to rip out 4 strips and you're going to lay them down. And then after you rip out your strips, you're going to lay them over a 1/2 inch overlapping on every one. That's the general recommendation. I just kind of eyeball it. You can go from there.
Yeah, so for the nice little pencil bag, you can use any kind of size bag that you would like. And just make sure you cover up all the clear because we're going to make these nice plain Ziploc baggies into something super duper exciting and honestly very useful for whatever you want to carry around. So, yeah, and we have kind of different shapes and weird things on our duct tape, but you don't need to have cool duct tape like this. You can just use normal duct tape and draw on it. So
the advantage of using my kind of duct tape is that it's camouflage, so you can't see it. Some people might think that's a disadvantage because then you lose your wallet, but then people can't see it and you can hide it and it'll look very nice and it won't be blocky.
Wait. If you can hide it, how are you going to know where your money is?
Well, then just you got to keep it on your person. Otherwise, if you set it down, it's going to be like, wallet.
So I can't ever put it down anywhere. Well, okay, so how about
In
you
your
put
pocket.
your wallet in my Ziploc baggie?
You could do that. We could like combine our crafts and make a power craft. That'd be kind of awesome.
That'd be so cool. Power craft.
But then, never mind.
Okay, well, I'm almost done covering the first side of my Ziploc baggie. So here we go. It's turning into an amazing pencil pouch.
You look great, Callie. It looks great.
Thank
It
you.
looks great, of course.
Thank you.
Ours is taking a little time because duct tape, in case you're wondering, PSA, public service announcement, duct tape is sticky.
What?
Duct tape is
Is that why
sticky.
it sticks to my fingers?
I know. You wouldn't think so, but
Oh,
duct tape, I
okay.
guarantee you, is sticky.
Yeah, just so you don't lose it on a string.
Oh, and guess what?
Tie
It
together.
matches because it's like camouflage. So
Wait.
then you tie it to here, and then I'll never lose it because I never take this off because
Fashion.
it's my headband fashion, and that's what we're about here. Can't Chairman, there's some fashion statements.
Yeah.
Being very fashion, no knowledge, show how.
Honestly, the fashion
No,
center of the
I'll
world is up here in Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think so.
Alrighty, so as you're going through, after you get your strips down here, you're going to take it, and you're going to overlap them, except for another 1/2 inch at the top, so you can fold it over and make a nice little seam on the top there,
Pick
okay?
it up and show it to them. Let them see
I
it.
will
Let them see
pick
it.
it up. I'm going to use the first strip down. So that's what your one side should look like. This is the next type. You have a string you attach to the corner there, but then there's that one strap with the half-inch overlap there, and then you keep doing the same thing with four strips of duct tape there.
Just keep on going. You know.
Just keep on cruising.
All right, so I am almost completely finished with the first layer of my
You're
bag.
so fast.
Thank you, thank you. You might call me a crafting pro.
Did you take art school at all?
No.
She's just that good, folks. Wait, you said no.
I'm just confused. All right, so we got the base layer of the bag. And if you have extra colors, I made this one before because I just craft them on my free time. You can add lots of fun colors along the sides. Otherwise, you use a Sharpie. You can just write on it.
Can you draw pictures?
Yeah, of course.
Can you draw a picture of me doing this? Because you're like artistically talented?
Yes, 1 second.
Okay. She's going to draw a picture of me because I need more of those. And she does too.
Please hold. Can you give me a nice little countdown, please?
I'm going to start at 6.5, 5, 5.5, 4, 4.5, 3.
Give me a little just count really
Because that's how you count in halves. Again, I went to art school, not math school or accounting school.
Okay.
And a 3, 2, 1.
Ta-da!
Wow, it's me.
Yep. We love Kim Shamineau, Scouts, and Callie.
All right, so now that you got the whole thing done here, it's going to look like this. Both camo on both sides. Next, you're going to fold it in half like this. And this is going to be a very sweet wallet. You're going to fold in half like this, so it's this size, okay? After you fold in half like this, you're going to try to make a seam as best as you can, because then you're going to take a piece of duct tape. Doesn't matter how long, because you're going to trim it up as you need it anyway. So cut off the bad end. I have a bad end over here, so I'm going to try to cut that off here so we can get a good seam on the end, okay? So you get rid of that. Take this. I like to just do it on the duct tape like this so that you can overlap and do everything you need. You're going to put on the edge there so you can connect all the seams together, and then you're going to take it, make sure you have enough rip out on the edge here, and then you're going to fold it over like this. Fold. Great. Now you have an edge and a seam.
I had started to make a bookmark. So what I did is I just took a strip of duct tape, folded it in half, and then gonna fold it in half again so you can like open it so I can put it over the book. Okay. So then you're just gonna punch a nice little hole in it with the handy dandy hole punch. And then you can use string. I have fancy paracord.
Wow.
Paracord in and tie it a little bit, and you got a nice little bookmark because you're reading lots out of school, right?
Yeah, reading lots of books out of school.
You almost done there?
Almost done. Flip that edge over there. Again, cut that off so you can fold it over. And we're finishing up the craft here. Boom. Again, fold that piece over so you can see it. Hi, Mr. Journey. Craft time's great. I'm almost done with my super sweet cool wallet you helped me out with.
All right, well, while you finish that up, so I have who was an intern last year. His name is Zach.
I know him.
Yeah, I know him because he works here.
Yeah.
But also, this year he's an apprentice. It's a second-year intern, basically. This is Zach right here. But you can keep going, too. I'm just going to slide you over.
Oh, yeah, I'm done. I'm done.
A
So
little bit. Not that far. Go back.
Oops, still back here.
Anyway, this is Zach, and he has a freakish ability to yo-yo, so we're going to give him just a couple minutes. But I need a little music, so Jack, could you join me really quick? We'll be backup dancers really quick for music.
Okay.
You're going to love this music, so we got backup. So.
There it is. Yeah. Yeah. All right. I like what you did there. Okay. Swing it around and knock it back. Oh. Round the leg. Wow. Not possible. Nice.
so much.
Woo! Whoa! There you go. All right, while I finish up my craft here, I'll end up looking like this. Mine has a string, attaches. I'll never lose it. See? It's never lost. Thank you for your time.
There we go. That's craft time.
Craft time with Scout and Callie. That was epic. Whew, amazing. We have had a few questions.
Okay, let's
One
fire
of
away.
them is, do we get to see any top 10 rejected sports?
Actually, you can watch Rejected Sports as much as you want. Emily will actually throw you a link to our YouTube channel, if you can pull up the YouTube channel. By the way, Zach, can you move that? It's totally bothering me. We got to slide over just a little bit so it's symmetrical. Thank you. Okay. By the way, so fun fact, if you and some of your friends could subscribe to our YouTube channel when you go there, there's a whole bunch of fun videos and some promo videos. But we need to get to 1,000 viewers so we can do some annotations and links and stuff like that. We're, I think, about 200 short, so we just got to get there. So please go subscribe to YouTube. Is the link up?
Yes.
A link is up on Facebook. Or if you're on Instagram, please just go separately find it, Camp Shamineau channel, and like or subscribe to that. That'd be fantastic. But scroll down a little ways, you'll find Rejected Sports. There's a bunch of them. Some other highlights on YouTube. A bunch of years ago, we kind of did our own version of a survival camp. It's called Endure. If you watch Survivor, it's similar to that, except better, probably.
Much better.
Yeah. And it was awesome. There's, I think, 9 episodes, about 8 to 12 minutes each, something like that. But go ahead and check that out. It's kind of fun. And there's a bunch of other videos on there.
We also had another question. Will you take us on a tour of camp via horseback? 2 people actually have asked about that.
I don't know if someone's doing that because they know me as a joke, but we have a lot of people here that, you know, they work well with horses. In fact, most people do. I have a little bit of an irrational fear of horses, and so I try to keep a 15-foot radius. But that's a good idea. One thing we're trying to do too, right now, this is our first time being live, and so we're figuring this out as we go. And once we figure out how to do other locations, then that is a great idea. So.
They also would like a segment with the camp kids and Fix It Fred, and they want to learn orienteering. I feel like they have big hopes for us.
Hey, you know what though? Keep those requests coming, and
this is terrific.
We'll knock them out because we're looking for ideas and stuff that you want to know. Later on, there actually is a section that's fun with Herb, and I know he can tackle some of those things too. So, what we're going to do right now, actually, we're going to have, go ahead and come on in, Matthew. You can even sit right there. Every day, we want to have at least a little bit of a Bible lesson of some type, because that's what we do here at camp, share the gospel. And Matthew is one of our program guys. You can sit there. We'll even move the camera. Yeah. Or you can come in between us if you want. No. But anyway, Matthew is, he runs with our interns and that kind of thing, is on program and helps with planning and everything. And he's going to run us through just a quick devotional today. So go ahead.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so I just wanted to start out with just this general idea. I was thinking about what to talk about today. And for those of you who have ever been part of our summer staff before, you'll know that you probably memorized the summer camp mission statement. And the mission statement begins with just this phrase. It's our mission to remove campers from the distractions of everyday life and place them in an environment where, by the power of the Holy Spirit, they can return home as changed people. And I think that's a very valuable idea, this idea of removing people from the distractions of everyday life. Over the last few days, it has become clear that everyday life is changing. Everyday life now, this week, looks way different than everyday life last week looked. And no matter where you are, I think this is a valuable idea to hold, valuable thing to strive after, trying to remove ourselves from those distractions so we can focus on God and try to grow closer to Him. So whether it's here at camp or at home when you don't have school, or at your workplace, wherever you happen to be, wherever you happen to be going, I think it's always important to seek ways to remove ourselves from those daily distractions. So I wanted to read a passage from Ephesians. So if you have your Bible, you can open it to Ephesians. Otherwise, you are all on the internet, so you can open another tab and find the Bible there. So Ephesians chapter 5. Ephesians chapter 5, verse 15 says, "Look carefully then how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. And do not get drunk with wine, for that is debauchery, but be filled with the Spirit, addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord with your heart, giving thanks always for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. So that passage right there summarizes that section of our mission statement, to be removed from those distractions of everyday life and focus on God, to bring it home and make the most of every day. Right at the beginning it says, look carefully how you walk, not as unwise, but as wise, making the best use of your time, because the days are evil. Therefore, do not be foolish, but understand what the will of the Lord is. So for those of you who have kids at home this week, or for those of you who are at home this week, who are just looking for something to do, what is it that I'm supposed to fill my time with? How am I supposed to fill my time? How am I supposed to make a wise use of my time? I think this passage also points us to exactly how to do that. In verse 18, or in verse 20, it says, addressing one another in psalms and hymns and spiritual songs, singing and making melody to the Lord with your heart. So right there, that's one great way of making the best use of your time. So this week, you can be seeking ways to do just that. It's not necessarily sitting in your house singing a song. Maybe it is. Maybe you'll have a little dance party too. That'll be great. But singing hymns and spiritual songs and making melody to the Lord with your heart, I think that concept includes this idea that we should be encouraging one another. We should be seeking to uplift one another, especially in times like this, especially when it seems like the world around us is going truly insane, when it seems like we don't know what tomorrow will bring. Every time we turn on the news, it's something new, something more dangerous, something more frightening. We need to be encouraging one another. And we can be doing that by uplifting one another, and we can be doing this in a lot of ways. Perhaps it will be simply sending a text to someone saying, hey, God loves you. Maybe you'll be sending a letter to someone. Yeah, sitting down, grabbing a pen and a piece of paper and just writing a letter. Writing a letter to a grandparent, a cousin, a relative, a friend. I'm sure they'd be really encouraged to hear from you, hear how you're doing, to hear what God is doing in your life. Maybe it'll be make a quick phone call to say like, hey, this is what God has been teaching me recently. How are you doing? How are you doing in light of all this chaos that's around us? Maybe it will be by starting a Facebook Live or Instagram Live thing. I don't know what this is. I'm just talking at a computer screen right now. It's great. So then the verse goes on in verse 20 to say, giving thanks always for everything to God the Father in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Another great thing that you can do with your extra time this week is simply praise God. Simply thank him for the different things in your life. Especially now, like I say, in these times, it's easy to get bogged down in all the bad things. But it's important to remember there are a lot of good things too. So I'd encourage you all to just simply take some time and make a list. Write down, what are the things that God has been doing in my life? What are the blessings in my life right now? And then once you have that list, and I'm sure you can spend a very long time making this list, being as detailed as including the fact that we have running water, to our friends and family, to all the blessings that God has given us. Once you make this list, simply spend some time in prayer and thank God for all those things. I think too often we just neglect to thank God. A few weeks ago, we were having a morning Bible study, and the question was posed, if you were left today with all the things that you thanked God for yesterday, what would you be left with? Most of us around the table said we wouldn't be left with much. And we realized that, yeah, we do not thank God for nearly as much as we should. So this week, when you have some extra time, spend some extra time thanking God for what he's done in your life. And finally, in verse 21, Paul says, submitting to one another out of reverence for Christ. Submit to one another. Seek to serve those around you. This can look like virtually anything. Something as simple as cleaning up around the house, doing some extra dishes, doing some extra chores, to virtually anything, seeking to bring a meal to someone who doesn't have one, seeking to help an elderly neighbor who doesn't normally have access to Facebook, so they can log on to Facebook during their church's live stream on Sunday. There are lots of ways to serve others, but simply try to seek ways to serve others. So this week and in the coming weeks, as life continues to change, as life continues to go up and down, as we have no idea what distraction is going to come through our door next, don't waste your time. Don't allow yourself to just sit on your phone all day, endlessly, mindlessly. But seek ways to glorify God. Seek ways to encourage others, to thank God, and to serve those around you. And in that way, I think we'll be truly living as wise. So that is about all I have. So I don't know how we transition now. Back to these people. Or are they this way?
I don't know.
Yeah. Thanks, Matthew.
Awesome.
Yeah, if you don't mind flipping that on back. Good, thank you. One more. Perfect. Nice. Yeah, and please, guys, keep us in prayer. Pray for wisdom and discernment as we navigate just what's going on right now. Because we're trying to figure it out too. So, and kind of seek God's direction in that. So, all right, we're gonna move on again. I guess I kind of like, I have an office with a window, and I like just looking out, and trying to predict the weather. But why should I predict it? Because we have our very own weatherman right here. It's for the out the window weather with Scout.
Yes, I am your meteorologist for out the window weather. I'm going to scoot this way so you can see the window. I'm going to look out. As you can kind of see, maybe not, but I will tell you, I see a little bit of light coming from the sky, and I think so. You know what? I'm going to get a better look for you. Here we go. Yeah.
Literally out the window.
So we for sure have some snow. Yeah, for sure snow. There's definitely some sunlight. The high, I would like to say, is probably about 30-some degrees today. The low is probably lower than that. Today, the rest of the day looks pretty sunny. Tomorrow, you could have a 50% chance of a cloudy day. You also have a 50% chance of a sunny day. The pressure index, I'm going to say, is a number with the percent sign behind it. And I'm getting a feeling that there will be snow tomorrow. Actually, I can guarantee it might be from the sky. It will be on the ground, though, for sure. So watch out, folks. Stay safe.
All right.
Thank you, Scout.
Now we know. Yeah, come on back in.
Thank you, sir.
That's really... All right,
Can
cool.
you go wash your hands now?
Yeah, wash
Yes,
your hands.
ma'am.
I
Lick your
almost made a mistake of shaking your hand. I don't want to do that.
We do still have snow on the ground up here, though. I know a lot of places don't anymore, but
Yeah, we have like a solid
that's
foot.
Good thing, but we do.
It's not great for snowboarding. You can like walk on it. So my kids want to go snowboarding last weekend. I'm like, you can, but if you can
They've been
snowboard
snowboarding
on
a lot.
cement, then
Yep.
you might as well.
Yep.
Which is fun. All right, let's see. We're gonna. Oh, by the way, this is one of our videos, but our sponsor for the day is Scalloway Water. Okay, we created this because actually, I'll give you the backstory. So I get to take pictures and video here, and so does Zach, who is yo-yoing like a super freak. Yo-yo. Anyway, so we get to take pictures and video during summer camps and retreats and stuff like that. But we've been growing so quickly that there was a lot of new people, and so they didn't know who we were. So it seemed like we were new. And when that's the case, it's kind of hard. So we came up with Scalloway, different products, and you'll see some commercials that Emily gave you a link there too. Anyway, to not frown or scowl, I'll let you watch the video. So we have a couple ideas for you.
Yes.
And here's some 10 things that you can do at home.
Not to be confused with the top 10 things.
Not the top. This is
Because
not like top 10.
we just came up
executive
with a
sports.
list.
So
But things that you can do at home while you don't have anything else to do, I guess. You can pick a new hobby. For example, baking or painting or collecting rocks. If there's no snow on the ground, I guess.
Mhm.
I don't know.
agates.
Agates. That's a big one. People love agates. 2, you could read a book.
Yep. I don't know. Yes, you could.
You can read your Bible. That's always
Yes,
a good one. I'm
actually.
not a huge reader, but I do like the Bible. So
Or you can get the audio version. That's what I do.
that's
Yep. I'm a slow
good
reader.
too. That's good too. You can go on a bike ride. If you're a child watching this, you might need to ask your parents. first.
All of this, get
First,
parent permission.
some of
All of
these.
it.
All of them. All of them. Except reading your Bible.
Yeah, you can do that whenever you want. I think.
I hope so.
I hope so.
Number 4, you could clean the house. This you probably don't need to ask your parents' permission either. You could just do it to surprise them, maybe, if you're feeling nice. You could FaceTime a friend, since they're probably doing the same thing you are. You could, number 6, you could have a family game night.
By the way, comment, what games do you guys play? I know
Yes.
my family, we play Nerds. I don't know if you guys
It's a
done
good
this.
one.
It's kind of like solitaire all together, but you got to kind of be fast and you
Be
know,
really quick.
compete a little bit. We play in teams, boys against girls. I have one son, one daughter, so boys against girls.
Who
It's pretty
usually
even.
wins?
Well, the boys win a lot of the time. Sorry, Melissa, she's probably watching. But yes, my daughter is actually probably the best one. She's pretty fast. Ellie's pretty quick. So.
Number 7, you could have a dance party or karaoke. You have access
make
to
your own
that.
music.
They have lots of karaoke songs on the YouTube.
Yes.
Oh boy.
This is what it's like to be in the office. Just right now, some crutches fell over that was holding up a jacket and it fell in some ashes by the.
It's okay. It's okay. Number 8, you could
not hot.
have family Nerf wars or WWE. I think that's wrestling.
We do that too. to
That's
be honest.
fun.
Yeah.
You could make some fun videos, which I did see something online that they were doing like a video contest and sending them in. So we should think about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
That's pretty fun.
Let's think about that.
You all have these like little things that you could take
Yeah.
videos on them now. Pretty cool. And they're a flashlight.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you need one of those.
Yeah.
In the future.
For sure.
You could also have your own Olympics at home. You could maybe use rationed items for those Olympics.
Yeah.
You got to be creative because I'm not.
Yeah,
Really...
TP bowling or I don't know what else. You think of your own thing, but you should maybe take a picture of it and post it on our social, tag us, whatever.
Yeah. And even though I wasn't counting to 10, that was 10 of them.
That was 10.
So.
There we go. Yeah, you know what? I would
Fun stuff.
suggest for you kids that are watching at home and your parents have no idea that you're watching right now, great. But one thing that we're doing at our house, kind of make a little schedule. So parents, maybe this will help you out. Give your kids some tasks to do, some things that they can definitely handle, and they can handle a lot. They can vacuum, they can do dishes, they can do all these kinds of things. But these are things that can come off of your list so you can do other things when you get home. I know that's been really helpful in our family. It also gives the kids something to do. And it's just a little bit of a life skill that they can go on to the next step with. So,
Yeah.
I know.
My kids have jobs they have to do every day. One of them is I have to be outside for an hour, at least, every day. They have to have the house clean when I get home and supper started.
Yeah.
And they have to do something educational, which I don't know what exactly that means. But.
Yeah. So, and also, just doing their little Devo, and then I kind of have them report to me what they've learned and all that kind of stuff, which is good. So, good habits to be in. So, and also if you find yourself at home too with that kind of time and just need to reestablish a time for that, then try to do that. So, all right. This brings us to the portion of fun with her.
There we are.
We'll come to you. There we are.
Hey, welcome everybody. This is sort of like another craft time, but a craft that involves knives and sticks. I mean, what could be more fun than knives and sticks together, or snitch together? Knives and sticks together. If you're a kid, you might want
be
to
careful.
get parents involved.
Yeah, okay.
Yes. This is one to have parents involved if you're a kid. If you're like under 19, get permission. All right. What you need to do is find yourself a good stick. Something maybe about the size of your thumb. Mine's a little bit smaller than my thumb. And I don't know, what is that? Who's got a ruler? That's about 10 inches?
Yes. Hold on.
Wait.
My shoe is a foot.
About it.
Actually, a foot long.
Ooh, 9.5 inches. Okay. So a stick about that, something that you can hold in your hand and still have, about that much space. Here's what you're going to do. We are going to build a magic propeller. And I mean it's magic. Jeremy, come back over here. Look at this. Now, can you see that? By rubbing this stick, I can make that propeller spin. Now, Jeremy, tell us to go the other way.
Go the other way.
And magically enough, it goes faster.
It's spinning so
No,
fast.
wait, here we go.
Go the other way.
Okay, we'll go slow. It's spinning clockwise. And now go the other way. And lo and behold, it spins counterclockwise. Go the other way. You just talk to it, and sure enough, it spins and goes clockwise. That is magic. Max, come here. You try that. Max is going to show you exactly how that works while I get everything else set up. So go ahead, Max. Make it spin. Kind of spinning. There it spins. There. Now make it go the other way.
Go the other way.
No, the other way.
I'm trying to make it go the other way.
Okay, so Max doesn't know how. I'm going to let you in on the secret in just a minute. But first, I will show you what you need to do. Okay, so I got my stick, and up here, about an inch away from the top, I'm going to cut a little angle notch. Okay, it isn't all that deep, barely a 1/4 inch deep. What might be helpful is cut down away from yourself. So I cut a little notch in there. Please don't cut towards yourself, just cut down. Helps if you wiggle the stick a bit. So there I got my first notch. Now, about a 1/4 inch away, I'm going to start my next notch. And remember, I'm going at an angle, not straight down, at an angle. So, cutting my next notch. One side of it. There's the next side of it. Okay. Got that cleared out. Now, I'm going to keep doing that until I've got a whole bunch of notches up towards my hand. Okay? So like on this one, see, look, even if it's bent, that's okay. That just kind of gives you a better handle. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I got 11 notches on mine. But it could be there. Look, see, even my knife can make it spin, and then I tell it to go the other way, and it spins the other way. Okay, so I got my notches in. Then what I'm going to need to do is take a, good thing I have my knife and my parents' permission. I got myself some short popsicle sticks, okay? And in fact, yeah, you could even cut it down a little bit. If you get a regular size, regular length popsicle stick, you know, something like that, just take your knife and whittle it down till it's that size. Now, here's the hard part. I got to find the middle, okay? Right absolutely in the middle. I'm going to drill myself a little hole. Don't push down so hard that you crack it.
Not on your kitchen table.
Oh, you can do it on the camp table, not your kitchen table. So just come up to camp and we'll do it here. All right. So, and by the way, you still can come to camp. You ought to get registered for the summer because we're going to do summer camp. The whole world won't be crazy by then. So get signed up for summer camp. And if for some reason the government says, no, you can't do camp, you'll get your registration back. That's no big deal. All right, but we'll do summer camp. All right, so I make a little hole. I've got somewhere in here, I've got a little nail, okay? I'm going to put that through the hole. The nail needs to have a little bit of a head on it, okay, to hold that propeller on there. And I'm going to pound it into the end of my stick. We are almost done. Okay, so I've got it on the end of my stick. I didn't pound it in hard so that it can spin easy. And then I take another popsicle stick. This is one of those big tongue depressor things. Oh, that's probably got coronavirus on it now. Don't touch that one. Take another stick, okay? And I'm going to rub it on those notches. Now, it's going to spin because the vibrations make the propeller spin. Now, here's what Max doesn't know, okay? Take your thumb, put it right up against that stick when you're rubbing. That's going to make the vibrations make it spin one way. Okay, can you see this? Now, here's the next thing. When I want it to go the other way, move your thumb up. So it's going to be thumb down, thumb up. You don't have to move it much at all. When my thumb rubs in a different place, it makes it spin the other way. And when you're doing that fast enough, nobody ever sees that. So you do that, they think you're magical, you're amazing, all your little brothers and sisters are just blown away by how powerful you are, or something like that. That's our fun with Herb for today. We'll do something different next time. Have no idea what, but we'll do something.
Thanks, Herb.
You are,
That was fun.
that was a lot of fun. I had no idea. I was amazed.
He got me. He showed me this in the office, and he got me too. I was like, I don't understand. And I was sitting there
That's
scraping
awesome.
it. Max got it to work better than me. By the way, if you have some good ideas of, I don't know, kind of fun, scientific things or something like that maybe we want to show everybody or whatever, let us know. Yeah, and like Herb said, what we're kind of doing, for the next many months, in summer is we're planning on having summer camp until, we're told from state or federal that we can't. And so that's kind of what we're doing. And like I say, we're monitoring and we're just trying to figure out what's going on. So please be flexible with us. We will with you also.
And along with that, staff, those of you who have already applied, we are very excited to have you here shortly. It's going to come quickly. And those of you that haven't, we're still taking applications and interviewing and hiring staff for an amazing summer.
Another question that came on from Instagram is, do we have a TikTok account? Are you running away?
Well, I have one that I just had for staff.
Yeah, we kind of have
So no.
we have a staff one, but we don't have an official Camp Shamineau one. I haven't found the necessary, the need to do it yet, and maybe we will. Same with Snapchat. We don't have Snapchat. Just kind of focusing on more like the main ones, like Instagram and Facebook. So with that, anything else for the day?
I think that's good.
Cool. Well,
It's been fun.
we do have one more thing, but we're gonna kind of say goodbye first. But we thank you for coming. Tell your friends about it. We're gonna try to do this, like you said, at 3 o'clock for the foreseeable future, whatever that is. So it might be a couple days, couple weeks. We don't know. So we're gonna try to give you guys a little bit of something to log on and just enjoy for a little bit. So there it is. Thanks for coming. The last thing we're gonna do is we are gonna play
Which
some.
we actually had a request for.
You did.
We did.
Perfect. We're gonna play some office pong, guys. We do this sometimes just to hang out, and sometimes when our speakers for retreats and musicians come up, this is what we do. So if you need to go, you go ahead and go. Otherwise, I'm gonna explain the rules to you a little bit as we set up and move our cameras here just a little bit. A lot of regular ping pong rules apply. Basically, how we started this is a bunch of camp people got together. We get together often and just share ideas in camping. If you follow our blog, and if you don't follow our blog, either get the Shamineau app and follow the link, or you can go on our website and just go to the Camp Life blog. Anyway, talking about how camps get along. That's how this game got started. Anyway, we have a big, huge round table, which is amazing to play ping pong on. We play 3-on-3, and you can set each other like volleyball, so you can hit twice on a side. If I was to hit my opponent, it is in. You play off all the walls. The top of the net, which is a 2x4, is in. And you can cross sides as soon as it's served. And it's a blast. So we're just going to play a little bit. If you want to watch, feel free. Otherwise, we'll see you tomorrow at 3. Tell your friends. Thanks, everybody. All right, who's in?
Zach, you're in. Hey,
Matthew, switch Matthew.
Actually, no.
Here, you go. You switch Matthew. Weatherman.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
Zeros.
Hold on.
Oh, easy.
You shut that. Oh, by the way, if you catch the ball, it redoes the play. Okay. All right, here we go.
Zeros.
All right.
1-0.
Got him. Point. There we go.
Ones.
There we go. All right.
Jeremy did it again. So true.
By the way, when you're serving, you never have to stop and wait for any reason.
Oh, good job, Zach. There you go. What is that? 2, 3.
What do we got? 2, 3?
Yeah.
Who's going?
Go ahead.
Here, I'll go. You ready? Oh, shoot. All right, go outside. And like, can you slide over?
Yeah. It's a little bit.
There you go. 2, 3?
3, 2.
3, 2.
Oh.
Oh, nice. Good job, Jack. I don't know what that is, but I blocked it.
4, 2.
3.
Was that us?
Yep.
Yeah. 5, 2.
No.
Oh. Hey! Let's go.
Hey, do that last one, Katie.
Oh, it did you?
I think that.
So
I
now
think
5,
it's-
3.
That's ours. That was our point. It didn't hit. Ours didn't hit. She didn't hit.
That one was our point.
What's the
Yeah,
score?
okay.
5, 3.
5, 3.
5, 3. Here we go. 5, 3 again. Ah!
Oh.
Missed it.
5, 4. I'm sorry.
It's all right. 5, 4. Yeah! All right. Here we go. All right, Matthew, you ready?
5.
6, 5.
Excited?
Go back out. Oh, that almost got
Oh,
over.
all right.
I don't have a ball.
It's behind the speaker.
Digging for it. Digging for treasure.
Grab
I
it.
got another ball. I got another ball. America.
No.
Second. Here we go.
7, 5.
7, 5. There we go.
Oh.
That one curved.
Felt that one. I also felt that.
Dangerous spot to be back there. What do we got?
7, 6.
Wait, you're up.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We had 2 in a row. It's 5s, and then we had 2 in a row, and then you just squared them.
Yeah, okay.
7, 6.
Oh,
There. Oh, wait. What's that?
I felt
Ooh. That's 7s.
This felt broken. What do you got?
7.
I can't remember from one time to the other.
No!
There we go. Here we go.
Oh!
What do you guys?
8, 7.
Yes.
Oh,
Oh, just missed the leg.
Ah!
Yeah, Lisa. Yay.
Nice.
By the way, Emily is still answering your questions,
You
so.
wrote that out.
I got distracted.
10, 7.
Oh, you're gone.
Hey, I'm broken. I got you. Woo!
And 11, 7. Did I break that one?
Is it broken?
Alright.
Lisa. Get white ones.
Ready? Ooh. They look small.
Yeah.
We got them all. 11, 7.
Hold on.
Here we go.
11, 7.
Play it.
Nice.
Should go for it.
Back,
I found it. Get an orange ball. I found it.
Okay.
back. Okay.
Life is great.
Oh!
Hey! Whoa.
8, 12.
Nice. All right, Zach.
Watch out, he spins it. He spins it. He's tricky.
Yeah. Yeah.
Got him!
Right, the ball right there. Yeah, right there. Ooh. 8-15.
Oh!
Heads up!
I'm sorry.
Oh, you're right.
9-13. Yeah.
Yes, here we go. Here we go.
Got it.
9-13. Oh.
Fun. 21. Herb, I apologize in advance if I hit you if I miss scout.
It's hard to miss, Scout.
Thanks, Herb. That's a joke.
9-15. What happened? Oh, okay. Oh, Lisa.
No, it's
Yes, sir. Okay.
16, 9.
16-9. Oh.
3 is vertical.
Score.
16, 10.
16-10.
Go, go, go.
Can't do that.
You can't play off the paw.
It was my finger not taking the ball. I couldn't get my other.
Coming.
So
16, 12.
16.
Take it.
Oh no!
16, 14.
Yes.
There you go.
Jackie boy.
16, 14.
Oh,
All right.
We have 16.
Let's roll.
Yeah.
So 14, 17.
Yeah,
14,
17.
Oh,
yeah,
Smith.
Good maneuvers there.
15, 17.
Ooh, that one died. You got it.
Okay.
16, 17.
16, 17.
17.
Ouch!
Missed.
17 wanted it.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh,
there we go. All
there
right.
18, 17.
7, 8. This is great. It's a medium.
Here.
Oh, no.
7, 8. Here we go.
8. Got it. Get up here.
Did it hit our side?
Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, I hit the net.
Oh, I thought, yeah. We blocked it. 18.
18.
Yep.
18.
Weren't we down?
No, you were.
18.
Oh.
Get the live stream.
Did that type something?
No, that
Send
would
it. I don't want to type.
8, 9.
Oh,
Good point.
almost hit it.
8, 20.
Did I do you at all?
No.
Good game.
Job,
guys.
Good game.
Good
game. Good game.
Game.
Job,
Game.
game.
Game. Weasel.
Good game.
Thanks
Yeah.
for watching.
Bye bye.
It's been fun.
Bye, guys. Till next time.